in India. The truth is that people use the term pre-packs in different manners, and countries also use the term pre-packs differently. So something on terminology to start the discussion. First, I think it's important to distinguish pre-packs from something similar, which is a pre-negotiated reorganization or a pre-negotiated even sale of assets. Typically in a pre-negotiated reorganization, so debtors and creditors just discuss what is going to happen in a future reorganization procedure, and then they get to know each other, they know what you are proposing, and once they have talked, then the debtor files for bankruptcy, initiate the procedure, and then it's a regular, ordinary reorganization procedure. So that's why a pre-negotiated restructure, a pre-negotiated reorganization can take place anywhere else, anywhere in the world, not necessarily the US or in the UK, but also in any other country with that organization procedure. Then we have the actual pre-packs. And these pre-packs are actually very different in the US and in the UK, because according to the US model, the typical pre-pack consists of a prepackaged reorganization. So basically what happens there is that the debtor will solicit formally the vote to the creditors, and once the debtor has a certain majority, then the debtor will file for bankruptcy and will ask the court to quickly approve the reorganization plan that has already been discussed and supported formally by the creditor. So that's why companies can emerge from bankruptcy more quickly. And this is actually the model, the US model, the pre-pack reorganization that has been adopted in other countries, including the Philippines, including Singapore, including India. But the UK pre-pack is totally different, because the typical pre-pack in the UK is not a debt restructuring agreed between debtors and creditors, but a sale of assets, usually a going concern sale that has been pre-arranged. So that's why prior to the commencement of the insolvency process, then the debtor will try to sell the assets as a going concern. And then once the company is formally in bankruptcy in a formal administration procedure, then the asset sale is completed. So that's why, even though both countries use the term pre-packs, the structure of the pre-pack is totally different. And then other countries use the term pre-packs for other procedures. So for example, in Germany, Spain, Japan, South Africa, South Korea, Belgium, we have some kind of accelerated or fast-track version of reorganization procedures, but they are not typically the pre-packs that we can find in the US or in the UK, because you don't generally solicit the vote to the creditors before the filing. So you just negotiate with them, or even if you do solicit the vote, then the process is still subject to similar formalities and procedural safeguards. So it's not the typical quick pre-pack that we refer to when we speak about the pre-packs in the US and the UK. And also some people also refer, even the IMF in some recent papers, refer to pre-packs to something that in other countries are generally known as out-of-court debt restructuring, homologated or confirmed by courts. And this is just a workout that then is subject to court approval. So we don't have a formal reorganization procedure open, but it's just asking the court to confirm a plan that has been negotiated out of court.